Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And boy, oh boy, we have an episode here for you guys today, so make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, as y'all are fully aware, Kendrick Perkins is one of the most outspoken voices in sports media, specifically basketball, talking about basketball, the NBA. And he's made a name for himself at ESPN with some of his hot takes and some of his classic lines like carry on, carry the hell on. But he's also had some pretty hot takes. And I think he's making a name for himself in the business. So we all know, I think most of us are fully aware who Kendrick Perkins is. Now, going into the NBA Finals, he picked the Boston Celtics to beat the Golden State Warriors. I don't remember how many games, but he picked them, right? And I picked them as well. Fine. And on one particular episode on ESPN First Take, he came on after the Boston Celtics had beaten the Golden State Warriors in Game 1. Good. So defeated them in Game 1, and I actually picked the Celtics to win Game 1. And he came in there wearing a prisoner jumpsuit, just trying to be funny, trying to lighten things up, whatever, right? Trying to, whatever, make it entertaining, because at the end of the day, it's also entertainment. Came on there, and he basically insinuated, in no uncertain terms, that the Boston Celtics put the clamps on the Golden State Warriors. So for those of you who missed, and I think it's important, for those of you who missed Kendrick Perkins' comments after the Celtics beat the Warriors in Game 1, take a listen to what he has to say here. We're going to come back and react to it. Take a quick listen to that here.
Motley, I'm telling you, look, they reopened Alcatraz because they had to find room to put the Golden State Warriors in the place where they wouldn't be bothered. Because you know what happened last night? Bam! They got the handcuffs put on in the fourth quarter. 16 points in the fourth quarter. Molly, you don't even have to tee me up. I'm ready already. Listen, this is what happened. People got to talking about, the Golden State Warriors and how much experience they had and all this. And I said, listen, the Celtics are going to win Game 1. And you know why the Celtics won Game 1? Because let me tell you what experience is. Experience is going against the defending champs, being down 3-2, having to go win a Game 6 on the road and win a Game 7 at home to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. Experience is losing the Game 6 in the Eastern Conference Finals, winning the Game 7 on the road to advance to the finals. That's experience. Experience is being down by 15 points going into the fourth quarter, or 10 double figures going into the fourth quarter in your first finals appearance and walking it down. Yes, Steph Curry had a beautiful first quarter, 21 points. I get all that. But at the end of the day, it comes down to this. Offense will win you games, but defense will win you championships. We can talk about the three-point shots that the Boston Celtics made last night in the fourth quarter, which was very necessary. The ball movement was beautiful, but they held the Golden State Warriors to 16 points. 16. Put these on them.
So those were his comments, right? Those were his comments. You heard it loud and clear. Now, apparently, Draymond Green heard the comments, or at least saw the comments that Kendrick Perkins had to make, I think, after the Warriors lost Game 1, of the NBA Finals. So after the finals, he went on the show. I believe it was on the Volume podcast, if I'm not mistaken. And he went on there, and during the press conference, he addressed Kendrick Perkins, he addressed Stephen A. Smith, and he addressed the media. So for those of you who missed the comments that Draymond Green had to make, because it's important for this video to have context, take a listen to what Draymond Green had to say, and we're going to come back and react to it. Take a listen to that.
Because what's in question is your basketball knowledge. Some of these asinine-ass statements y'all be making, that's why I speak of the new media. For those of you that don't know what the new media is, let me explain to you what the new media is. The new media is not athletes doing media. Been doing that. A lot of them turn into coons and start acting like the old media once they become media. But let me explain to you what the new media is. The new media is A, stand on your word. We don't apologize for our word. We don't flip and go. You stand on your word. Good, bad, or indifferent. We stand on that. B, we're not trying to create controversy. I'm not trying to align myself with a guy or two so I can fill some TV slots on a daily and create controversy. Basketball is a beautiful game. If you know the game of basketball, basketball will give you enough to talk about. The problem is all of these people talking about basketball that don't know basketball. And so what do? You chase controversy. The new media, we don't do that. That's why you see J.J. Redick flourishing. That's why you see C.J. McCollum flourishing. That's why you see me flourishing. So we don't do that. We simply talk the game that we know and embrace it and teach. That's what these spots are about. How do you teach the game? How do you teach the fans the game? These people that think they know the game of basketball but don't really know. How does J.J. Redick go up there and teach the game? That's the new media. We give flowers when flowers are due. We don't have to try to build a guy up for a week to tear him down next week so I got something to talk about. That's the new media. Respect. Integrity. Respect and integrity on the job, about the job. I remember days when you didn't go on a TV show and cheer for another team. You go on and give analysis. Nobody give a damn who you cheering for. You got fools like Kendrick Perkins come dressing like a clown. Come up here in a gel suit, and then you lead a game early tonight. Stand on your word, brother. You got to stand on that. It's one thing's for certain. I'm going to stand on mine. 4-time champ. I'm out.
So you heard what he had to say. Here are my thoughts on this. I honestly believe that this entire thing is beginning to get really disturbing, if I'm being honest with you. I asked this question before, and I'm going to ask it again. What exactly is sports media turning into? What exactly, like where exactly are we going as a medium? Honestly, first of all, Kendrick Perkins gave his opinion on who he thought would win the NBA Finals. That's number one. Number two, he also insinuated, or maybe he said it, I don't know, maybe he said it during the week, who he wanted to win. But let's just assume he wanted the Boston Celtics to win the NBA Finals. Good. The question is, when did it become a crime for an analyst to root for a team if they're giving an honest take? When did that become a crime, number one? Number two, when did it become a rule? Who said that you can have a rooting interest? Just because you have a rooting interest, it doesn't mean that it stops you from being fair and balanced. It's hard, but it doesn't stop you, and many people do it. Have y'all ever heard Charles Barkley say, a lot of people really think I care about who wins these games? I really don't. But even him, from time to time, he supports a team. Why? Because he's also a fan of the game. Let me give you the names of people that actually have rooting interest in sports media. Skip Bayless is a Spurs fan, right? Good. So that means he supports the Spurs. Good. He's also a Kawhi Leonard fan to some extent, right? Good. We know that. And he's also a Michael Jordan fan. We understand that. Shannon Sharpe is a LeBron James fan. He's been a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. He's been a Miami Heat fan. And now he's a Los Angeles Laker fan. There are many times Shannon Sharpe has come on TV and thrown his support for various players and teams. Some days you saw him come out with a Lakers jersey. Some days you saw him come out with a LeBron, with a Cavaliers jersey. Just recently, I think he came out there. He didn't wear it, but he had it with him, a Boston Celtics jersey. Recently, you heard Charles Barkley root for the Phoenix Suns. But what do these guys rooting for those teams have anything to do with them giving their opinions on basketball? What's the correlation? Please help me understand. Secondly, if you listen to the comments that Draymond Green made, he called Kendrick Perkins a coon. When have you ever heard Kendrick Perkins call Draymond Green or anybody else a coon? A coon, or the word coon, for those who may not know, is a very offensive word. And it's not a word you throw around after you just ate some food and you're just sitting there feeling yourself and you just throw it at people. It's a very derogatory term, especially when it's a black person using it against another black person. It's extremely offensive. He called him a coon. That was classless in my opinion. And this is what I'm talking about. Sports media is starting to get disgusting. It is becoming disgusting. We on our channel, we don't curse. Why? Do you think it's because I don't know how to curse? All of us know how to curse, but what I understood is this. The minute you start using foul language, it opens up a door for things that you don't, it opens up a door for disrespect. People come in there and they start saying nasty things to you. I believe that you can disagree with someone without insulting them. This is just me. Truly, I could be wrong about it, but I believe that two people can have different opinions on one particular issue without insulting each other. They can disagree on it passionately without insulting each other. This is just my opinion. The minute you start insulting people, you create an environment that is disgusting, in my personal opinion. I think it is unnecessary. In my personal opinion, some people love it. It's fine. But to me, I think it's unnecessary. If you don't like the guy's opinion, that's one thing. But bro, you don't have to start calling him for what? Why are you saying? And you know the scariest part? People are such followers that they'll run. Yeah, man. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. He mentioned people that only say nice things. He mentioned CJ McCollum. He mentioned JJ Redick. And I forgot the third guy he mentioned. What do they have in common? They all say nice things. I recently listened to Shannon Sharp said, my job in here is to tell you what I see and deliver a harsh critique. He didn't say I have to say buttery things about you. And he didn't say I also have to curse at you in the process. He said give a hard, which basically means give a strong opinion. What is wrong with giving a strong opinion? What is wrong with him having a rooting interest if he can still go out there and do his job? Many people have accused me of being a LeBron James hater, but I also have LeBron in the top 5. I also thought it was ridiculous to say that Stephen Curry is neck and neck or he's past LeBron. This is the same me. Because you can be objective at the same time. But when you start insulting people, you lose me. I don't even care to hear what your message is anymore. You lost me. Some people love it. To me, it's disgusting. I had a lady recently tell us on our channel some months ago about, I think 2 individuals in the media was going back and forth with each other and it got really disgusting and people started cursing at each other. And she said to me, just imagine how people think. Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about. They're talking like how men talk. She's telling me how men talk. I said, the men you're talking about are not the men that I know. You can have men that disagree with each other in a respectful way. The minute men start, I'm a man, so I'll tell you for free. I grew up in the Bronx. I can tell you 1 or 2 words that will cause a fight. Y'all know this, for the people that know this. The words you use, the tone you use, how the certain words can trigger people, and all of a sudden it goes from a conversation to something else. Y'all know this. I can tell y'all know this. I don't have to tell you guys know this for free. The minute you use one particular word, it's like, oh, wait a minute, that's disrespect. It's so long about the argument you're having. Now you disrespected the person. It leads to something else. There are men that have disagreements. They can be shouting, but they won't use certain words on each other. They can be passionate about it, but they won't assault each other. Because the minute you do that, for the men, the real men will know that if you do that, all of a sudden it opens up a door for something else, and that's how things escalate. To me, in my personal opinion, I believe sports media, if it continues in this direction, it is getting disgusting. It is getting disgusting to me. Y'all cannot pull up one clip of me insulting anybody anywhere. And there's a reason I do that. Because the minute you start doing that, you open up the door to be insulted back. This is just my opinion. Maybe some people will love it. To me, I have no interest in it. That's not what we do on our platform. We get hundreds of comments a day, and people are respectful to each other. And we appreciate them. We appreciate them for that. This is a safe place to have intelligent basketball conversations without insulting each other. If some people want to do that, it's the wrong channel. But to me, I think that whole thing right there is disgusting. These are my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Catch y'all on the next episode. Peace.